Hey yo, what's up? My name's Eric Yamamoto, and I'm doing another live stream today. Yesterday I was a little rusty because of the I I don't know. Some days you got good days, some days you got bad. I was a little a lot of allergies. But anyways, I wanted to talk about warming up. Before I usually start a job, before I do any of that stuff, I like to warm up, just like any athlete. The way that athletes do, you got to stretch. You got to just do those drills. So I wanted to just take a movie and just kind of thumbnail it out and just have fun with that. I'm gonna do it for like 30 minutes or so, and then I'm gonna call it a day. All right, talk soon. Let's jump in. Feel free to ask any questions. Throw that background in there. What I should do is actually have a timer. Let's do 30-second timer. So that was 30 seconds. Let's move on here. Let's do another. Let's do. Are you on, Chris? Are you watching? No, it's okay, because there's somebody watching, and I have no idea who it is. No, you don't have to. Does anybody else out there like to warm up before they draw? Sometimes I find that it's better to warm up by drawing a little bit nicer, because then you kind of have a vibe. But then at the same time, it's kind of nice to be able to go quick. Because when you go quick, you'll just get a lot more drawings in. And then when I'm doing these studies, I'm looking at the composition of how they arrange the figures. Let's call this the tone layer. This is our foreground. This is our midground. So I like to draw background in first. And then let's get this dude in here. Usually the people in the foreground are darker than the people in the background. Right now I'm just doing a warm-up before I start. So I'm taking a film. Feel free to ask any questions. Oh, okay, so he's turning this way. And then let's come back here. Let me just tone these guys in here. Let's go back. So I missed a couple beats. Thanks for tuning in, you guys. I know I said that I would be not live streaming, but I did find an opportunity to. Right now I'm just warming up. It's always good to warm up. That's if you have the time to. This is where the exercises come in. How do you do drills? How do you stay on top? How do you get faster? One of the good things I like to do, keeping faster, is keeping a timer on. Or you just if you're copying from a film, I'm copying from a film. I'm not going to say what film it is. is, who knows, maybe you guys can guess it. But a lot of characters. And there's a lot of characters I like to try my best to make all of them feel like there's weight, make them all feel like they're back here. He looks like he's putting his arms up, kind of bored, waiting for some action to happen. It looks like this guy. Hey Neil, welcome. Thanks for joining. Caballo. That's a horse in Espanol. Did I let you guys know that I'm actually learning Spanish right now? It's been really fun, but my God, it's hard. I'm doing Duolingo. Follow me. You can see my progress. I have like a 600-day streak going on. Went to Mexico recently, and I'm still not very good. Does anybody speak two languages, more than 2 languages? I like to also draw these little things, like these drop shadows, because it helps ground the person. So yesterday I felt like I didn't have the best live stream yesterday. I was kind of beating myself up about that. I felt very scattered for some reason. Got like a house back here. This is definitely like more of a 50mm lens, it looks like. I want to do more photography, because if you do more photography, you're going to get really good. Yeah, if you do more photography, you're going to get good at lenses. It's interesting with lenses. It all depends on, all lenses are, just magnifying. But I should get a DP on here, maybe ask them their opinions on lensing. Maybe I should hit up Danelle. What's up, sketchy mate? How are you? Thanks for joining. I know that I said that I'd be working. I am going to be working. Right now I'm just warming up. Good day, good day. How do you guys like to, or how many of you guys are storyboard artists out there, or want to get into the Want to get into the grind. Nice. Sketchy mate, where are you from, man? Or gal? Not sure. That's dope. Y'all are working. That's cool. I'm so happy for you guys. You guys on like commercials? Are you guys on TV shows? Are you on features? And how do you guys like finding your work? Do you have an agent? So one thing that I learned while doing this is start off with your local colors. Because sometimes that's all you need are the local colors. Commercials. Comics. You know, I was just speaking with a colleague named Turner, and he also is in comics. And I've been wanting to do comics since I was a kid, but I just I don't know why I never attempted. But maybe I should. Maybe I should. Like I heard that the comic circuit can be kind of brutal. Hey, Art of Sane. My favorite storyboard artist? I mean, gosh, I love Tony Liberatore. He's a friend of mine. Let's see, who are some other people to look at? Look at the Storyboard Surgeon. He's really great. Bridget. Bridget Shaw Brown. Brocasso. He's great. Anthony Liberatore. Gosh. I really like Daryl Henley. Movie Old Henry. Similar era, but no, it's not. Old Henry, but close. Yeah, I haven't even gotten to the action yet. I'm just kind of setting up the characters. Well, that's what they're doing, at least. Oh yeah, Rembert Montalт. Yeah, I actually worked with him at Riot Games. I should get him on here. That'd be fun. Once you start getting a rhythm for your boards, then it'll start going faster, and then you could see, but don't worry about starting slow. Slow is okay. I always tell my kids, going slow is going fast. Do you agree or do you disagree? I know it's probably a producer going slow. You don't want them to go. You don't want your people to go slow. But as an artist, sometimes you just gotta go slow. Take your time. Get it right. And then let the director or someone else say that it's wrong. And then you change it. Let's see. You can also show me the names your camera is in front of them. Also, can you show me the names your camera is in front of them? What does that mean? Sorry, Art of Sane. Oh, you mean like give you the shot. Okay, so this is a low angle, medium shot, a villain. Kind of like that, Art of Sane? So how do you show that it's a low angle? Well, see, I'm making this kind of, what do you call this? It looks like an arc or a cylinder. So when I was in college, I used to make beats, and I have this exercise that I want to show you all how to do sometime in the future about, how to get some. I want to show you guys how to do how to make more portfolio stuff by creating your own stories. And it's how I used to make music. No, I mean, I asked for your favorite storyboard artist and you wrote those names. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Bridget Shaw Brown, Brocasso, he's on Instagram. Anthony Libertor, Daryl Henley. When I started out, I loved Dan Milligan. Still love Dan Milligan. His stuff is great. I just haven't looked at his stuff in a while. Ernesto. I don't know his last name. Ernesto. I don't know. Yeah, Dan Milligan's work is so good. What's everyone else's favorite storyboard artists? Anybody that I forget to mention? What are your guys' favorite storyboard artists? Or just artists in general? Hey, Rice, man, it's been a minute. Yeah, I'm just doing a warm-up right now. I love doing this if there's time. Drawing so many people and crowds are always a little challenging because I try to give them somewhat personality as much as I can. The theme today is warm up. I'm curious how others warm up. I'm just saying, like, how important warming up is, because just like an athlete, you know, you got to do your drills. You got to do your you got to just keep those skills sharp. I'll say, like, one of the skills that's been keeping me real sharp is these live streams, because, you know, I do a lot of Zoom sessions with directors, and it really helps just being able to talk how I'm doing right here. Okay, so from what I'm seeing, artists in general, Craig Mullins, great. Ahmad Al-Douri, he's great. Chroma Moma, I haven't heard of that. Richard Anderson, Kim Young-ji is great. Yeah, absolutely. You know, there really needs to be, I think there should be art of the thumbnail or art of the quick sketch. Because, I mean, being able to do quick sketches is definitely a skill. Oh, what's up, Ryan? Yeah, Ife is great. I met him on Instagram. Love his work. So let's analyze this. From the top view, we have this cabin. We have a horse, like right here. We have a dude right here on a horse. And we have our hero, it seems, right here. And we have another person, like right here. I have a feeling the camera, it's like a longer lens, maybe a 50 mil. There's like a group of other people right here. And then I guess there's another cabin over here, because I guess the villain's about right there. The villain has these two people. This is our villain. And then oh, this is confusing. And then we got a shot right here on the villain like that. And then this shot right here, they cut behind. Or they almost cut like right over here. Why did they cut over there? Okay. And that's this shot right here. He's turning this way. And he looks over there to the camera. Actually turn around like that. yeah, modern day James is great. Yep, Ethan Becker, he's fun. Yeah, I love the way Ethan Becker, he's always talking down to the audience. But I think it's just his character. It's fun. So I'm going to show him. He's turning this way. That's what it looks like in the film, but I'm going to switch it up just to make it clearer. So I'm here, I'm warming up. Something I love doing. Trying to see the compositions. Also, the famous artist, I think it's called the Famous Artist Course or something. Like, I learned a lot from those books, and they're free online if you could find them. Go for the people in like the 50s. People say that Ethan is nothing like how he talks. I think I heard it from Adam Duff. Yeah, that's what I heard too. I heard he's like the sweetest guy. I think he teaches. What does he teach? He teaches at Rad Seacrest School. Oh, I like Sung Kim. Sung, Seung, Eun Kim. Dude is fantastic. Oh, nice. So, Rice, you've heard of Project City. I've taken some classes there also. Because again, it's all about, you gotta always stay a beginner. I always want to be growing, which I think everybody out there should want to be growing. I'm just sharing the stuff that I have come across. You know, I hope people share stuff that they come across also. Because man, life is life is so much better when you share knowledge. Yes, Filmmaking 101, a class they had, helped me break my 8-year long, wow. I'm glad to hear that people get inspired, and you know what, the great thing about taking classes is that you are saying you don't know enough. And that is such a great thing, because that means you're going to keep on growing. And that's what I want for everybody, is to keep growing. I mean, I want to get into creating new shots with you guys, like how do you I'm all about, like, the reason why I wanted to do those different shots that I've showed you guys over the past few weeks is later I want to be able to show you how to, you could invent your own shots. And I'm sure some of you who are storyboard artists already are inventing your own shots. You're already seeing new things. You're exploring. Like, I keep bringing up that one thing where Steven Spielberg, he used to, he did that whole lens flare thing. And the whole lens flare was seen as something that was ugly. But he made it where it seemed like it's ethereal. It's beautiful, timeless. Like, that's another thing probably why a lot of directors these days, they're breaking the 180 rule, because the rules are meant to be broken. I mean, like, look what's happening with AI right now. Like, I'm wondering if people are going to start to stop going with realism and going more towards, like, something more authentic. Like look at the photography, the technology of photography, how it changed paintings. It created impressionism, and then there was Dadaism, and then there was surrealism. You know, all those came out at like the turn of the century. And I think it's amazing how technology can really influence the art. Well, it's usually artists are trying to go against the norm. So here's a question: is it always the artist is battling against technology? Maybe. Hey, what's up, Storyboard Ben? Thanks for dropping by. Great to have you on. Great to have everybody on. I don't know. I think one day we all should, write a scene out. That's what I'm kind of doing on Threads right now. I'm doing a yes and game with people who are interested. And so far what we got is this. We have a sunflower field. We have a church. We have a nun. And we have a priest who is a carpenter. What do you think of beginners trying to teach on YouTube? I mean, wait, hey, Art of Sane, what beginners are teaching on YouTube? I'd like to see. But I feel that beginners should show how they're learning. I think that would be a good way. Like, that's something I want to be doing. No, that's okay. Like, I think that, like, if you show your process of how you're learning, maybe someone else will do that. Like even me warming up right here, this is me learning, you know? So anyways, what I would do here is, let's look for a abandoned church. So let's look at abandoned church images. So yeah, I was seeing it kind of like this. So I like getting referenced myself. again, like as a beginner teaching, I think you should teach what you know. So you can speak with confidence. And show how you learn and show how you make mistakes too. Because my God, mistakes are one of the things that's how you get better, is by noticing what mistakes you're making. I mean, I make mistakes all the time, you know? So I'm using this reference showing this church right here. And sometimes when I get stuck with writing, I'll start drawing it out and be like, I'll find things because like I wanted this right here. So let's see. Let's say this church got kind of like, you could see inside of it, and it's been all, what's it called? A church ruins. Hey, Turner, what's up, yo? Good morning, good morning. Yes, I decided to do a live stream today, but today my topic is warming up, and I might be doing this warm up. It's been fun, like no real agenda, just drawing and chatting and talking art philosophy. But glad you could make it, Turner. Let's see, I'm gonna do sunflower field. I did it because I heard when you teach something, it requires you to understand it properly. The best way to learn is to teach. Yup, that's kind of another reason why I wanted to teach on YouTube, is because then you could, reiterate how you know something. So I'm gonna have this. I'd say the priest is up here. I mean, there are a lot of coaches out there that, maybe I wonder if there are people out there who, I'm curious, I'm sure there are people that give advice but don't take their own advice. Thanks, Turner. Let's see, sunflower field. Growth. Everything looks, no matter what, when you're drawing stuff, it always looks better when you have a reference. What's it called? Norman Rockwell knew. He used photo projections. Cut that frame up. Yo, Josh, what's up, man? It's been a minute. I'm just doing some warm-ups right now before I start my day. And right now, on Threads, I'm playing this little game called Yes and I'm giving some prompts. It's almost like choose your own adventure. And I don't know, I'm experimenting with Threads because I don't know what you could do with it yet. I don't know what, what people like to do. Or I don't know how to use it. Like, there's some people, I'm pretty sure they're like, I've seen some, oh, I'll follow you back if you follow me, and that kind of a thing. But, I came to this realization last night. It's not about the follows, man. It's about just sharing. It's about, feeling like you're part of something. I came here for some ASMR. All right, I'll shut up. No, I'm just playing. Cool. Yeah, work on that portfolio. Everyone's got to be working on that portfolio. Then, here's my question. Is we're in a sunflower field and there's like a church, and there's like overgrown sunflowers and stuff. So my question comes down to, is a nun is gonna come out. So I was thinking last night that the nun, what could she be doing? Could she be running over through the fields? I had this idea of a shot where we're looking like this. See how, like, warming up, it just starts giving you ideas. I love it. So now I'm on top of the roof with our priest. Let's say it's for a feature. So if it's for a feature, I like making the people a little bit smaller in frame, because when you're on a big screen, again, I like doing this whole thing. Let's say this is a person watching your movie. This is your audience. If you make someone this big, like, look how big that face is in comparison to the viewer. That's giant. So trying to find those nice silhouettes. And then I wanted to, maybe we're a little higher up. And then maybe you could feel like, let's say here's a patch of sunflowers, and you're seeing somebody coming through the sunflowers like this. I got a friend, has a head that large. His name is Mr. Met. That's awesome. And then, I mean, when you start seeing like someone coming through the cornfield like that, it could be a little freaky, you know? But then what if we end on something like we're over the nun? Or let's get a reaction. Had a long vampire fight, big head, zero emotion, called him Flower Pot Head. That's awesome. So here's our priest. ask, are you guys enjoying this? I just need to ask if you guys are enjoying this warm up because I'm really enjoying this, and it's a lot less planning for me. I am not a planner. I had this whole discussion with my wife last night about planning, and I'm just not good at it. I wish I was a better planner. I wish I was a better everything. Oh, cool. Yeah, yeah. Sunflowers aren't that pretty, but they're more of like a place marker. It's like a placeholder. So I've actually been getting into espresso lately. I've been loving espresso. My wife got me and her an espresso machine for Christmas a while back, and oh, when I went to Atlanta, it was so, I missed it so much. Yeah, I think I'm going to post this on Threads after this. But today I feel so much more relaxed than I did yesterday. Yesterday I was just not having a good day. It's 10:07. So crazy. I have 11 viewers right now. Like, when you draw a pretty picture or something that looks halfway decent, you got more followers. I don't get it, but it's dope. That's why just take your time, make it look good. But it's funny, when you're under the gun, you just got to be drawing as fast as you can. That's me. I'm in full panic mode when I'm drawing. I'm like, oh my god, let's go faster, faster. Let me see what a nun looks like. Where could this nun be coming from? Maybe from another town? These are the questions I like to ask. So I'm gonna make it like this. So it's like a dirty over. And then we're feeling that nun right here. People like beauty. When I post pictures of my roses in my garden, I get a lot of thumbs up than other things. Isn't that interesting? Thank you for sharing that, Lab. So see how I'm doing this? This is a high angle shot, as you can see with these perspective lines. And now I'm using that cylinder idea like this. See, like the waist is a little low. wanted her to actually have a baby in her arms. Let's have her looking up. So see, like her head right there, what I'm doing is now her head is looking up like that. So that's a change. So if we have our cylinder right here, we're looking down, but then her head is tilted up. So that's what I'm doing here. Love that, Rice. What's interesting to me is how to teach your audience to see beauty in place that we weren't taught to see it before. That's beautiful. I love that. Give me an example. Yeah, you know how like there's this like standard that people want to have of beauty, but beauty's ever changing. I remember when I was studying abroad in London, they talked about how, you know, in Shakespeare's time, you know, beauty was different. I mean, like even in Japan, they have their teeth are all black, you know. In Mesoamerica, they have like scarification. In Africa, they have scarification, or they do those huge lip rings, you know, not lip rings, where they extend their neck, you know, or like in Europe, they would cinch their hips, you know. There's just so many ways, like there's so many different ways to see beauty, and there isn't a standard. But there was one time the Buddha did a sermon, did a talk, and all he did was he went up to the podium, or it was some kind of stage or something, I don't even know what it was, but all he did was hold out a flower and didn't say anything, and then left the flower and walked away, and that was the end of the sermon. One person got up and left. And what is the meaning behind that? I'm not sure. But for me, you know, I see it as, or yeah, no, what do you guys see? How do you, you know, what do you think when you see a flower? The Buddha puts the flower up and puts it back down. For me, I see it as you only have one moment, and that moment is right now. And that one moment is where beauty exists, which is in that one moment. So make the most of that present moment. Be present. And that's beautiful. At whatever stage that you're in. Like right now, that strike is really hitting a lot of people, including myself. I mean, I'm thankful to be able to start working, but maybe there is something beautiful in it. I like that he left us confronted with beauty without obscuring it with words. Feels almost intimidating, and it hits how much we talk about our feelings, but are uncomfortable actually feeling them. But I love that, Rice. I love what you said. Words do mess things up. You know, another thing that I like to think about too is how can you see something that's beautiful, and what's the opposite side of that beauty? Like, how can something beautiful be ugly? Or how does something beautiful be creepy? Oh, thanks, Josh. You like the bomber jacket? It's the same one that I used for my little profile picture. So, anyways, I was also thinking of of this channel. I'm gonna call it something different. Right now, it's called the Storyboard Insider. I was thinking about it last night with my wife, and I think we're gonna call it the Storyboard Network. Because what I've realized is I love people. I love talking with people. And I'm going to dig into my network and have some people on. I want to start talking to them about that stuff. I want to go to... I remember we were talking about networking, one of those episodes, and I want to go to a film festival. I think Turner, you were talking about yesterday. We were chatting about, let's do a film festival, but of all animatics. That's a great idea. Why can't all of us get involved? Let's showcase our work. Let's do some cool stuff. We don't need a big studio. And if a big studio comes and picks it up, hey, that's dope. Why not? But I heard that YouTube is worth more than YouTube is worth more than Comcast and Disney combined. Check it out. Tell me if I'm right or if I'm wrong. I don't know. Hell yeah, Turner. Let's do something, man. What I like about the idea of Storyboard Network is that we are all a community. And we could make stuff happen. I love this composition. I love how you cut people out of the frame. That's just something that I like. Caballo. Anybody out there that knows more than one language? Again, I'm learning Spanish. Would love to learn Japanese. Would love to learn Korean also. God. Korean would be so dope. The content that's coming out of Korea right now, my God, it's amazing. Oh my God, Rice, you know 5 languages. That is dope. %, it's a bridge. And I think it's awesome that, Rice, you also draw, and drawing is actually very universal. And Josh, I think you're learning American Sign Language, right? I think I saw something somewhere where, what's her name? Margot Robbie knows American Sign Language. Yeah. That'd be so cool if there was like a universal sign language, so then we could talk to anybody, anywhere. Yes, it should be. I agree, Rice. So this is interesting. This guy right here takes out a knife, but he has a gun in his pocket. Why did he not just take out the gun? mics. Let's see. Yeah, I know. I also speak kind of quiet. I need to get a new mic. Is that a little bit better, guys? Sorry. How about now? Is that better or is that worse? 1 2 1 2. Better or worse? Man. 10 10 10 1 2 1 2. I'll draw 2 more frames. Yeah, I need a new mic, you guys. Let me see if I could turn it up a little bit. Anybody know any good mics out there that I could purchase? I was thinking of getting a lavalier mic, but any recommendations would be great. Cool, cool. Glad it's a little bit better. But still, I want to get a different mic soon. Let's get this guy's right here. I know that'd be cool if this channel. That'd be funny if this channel turned off. I'm off now. Finished work. Have a great one, Neil. So glad that you can make it. So glad you got to finish your work. Don't forget to create for yourself. Well, that sure was a long warm-up. Again, we see in tone. I also wonder if that is why I was getting more viewers too. Because tone just makes everything pop. I remember, Josh, there was a time when you told me that I should just take my drawings and put a marker and just basically you're saying for me to tone my drawing. Let's go from background to foreground. Last shot will be a fun one. what I'm doing here. I'm seeing that they're leaning forward. So I'm doing something like this. Dude gets kicked in the nuts. Feel bad for him. That is very not a... I think in MMA you're not allowed to do that. But in films you can fight dirty. So when I went to Mexico, one of the things that we saw was the luchador fight. That was so much fun. It's basically Mexican wrestling. And you know what's interesting? You could tell that it's fake, but it still takes a lot of athleticism. You gotta be, making sure the other person doesn't get hurt. And at the same time, it's gotta be interesting. It's gotta make it entertaining. So part of me is like, films, you know that it's fake, but you're engrossed in the film. So what makes film different than luchador wrestling? I mean, it's about the same, You're suspended. It's a game. Sports are all games. Films are all games. Are they going to win? Are they going to lose? I know in UCB, or I'm sorry, in improvisation, it's usually the game that makes it fun and interesting. So I'm just letting you all know that I am using a video or a YouTube video of a scene that I'm warming up to. This is definitely a long warm-up. Oh my god. It's almost an hour and a half. It's longer than an hour and a half. I'm going to stop right here. I should get to work. Thank you all for checking this out. I'm going to do this again tomorrow. Got to keep warming up. Thank you all for checking this out. See you guys in the next one. See you guys. I need an end card.